Welcome to the Resellers Late Show with your host, BaldyPal, and co-host, Gary. Featuring tonight's guest, Sal Dispensers. And now, here's your host, BaldyPal.
Hey, everybody.
Adam, let's talk about that picture.
The Resellers Late Show and the new introduction. That was a surprise I pulled out of my hat. It was even a surprise to you guys. Sal, our guest, how are you, buddy? You doing all right, man?
Doing fantastic. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. Sal with Sal's Dispensers, as in tape dispensers, that is. We're going to learn all about that in just a few minutes. Gary, how you doing tonight, my friend?
I'm doing well, Adam. So thank you very much for asking. Sal, thanks for joining us. So a pleasure to talk to you tonight.
I'm doing well.
Somebody mute the YouTube.
Yep, got it.
There you go. Gary, what are you drinking tonight?
I have got a Johnny Walker Black, little dram of Johnny Walker here. So so I was watching episodes of Yellowstone earlier.
Yeah.
And I feel whenever I'm watching Yellowstone, I need to have like some kind of whiskey on me. So if you haven't watched that show, by the way, definitely watch it. Great show.
Is that the one? Who's the lead actor in that one? I can't remember right now.
Kevin Costner.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
What platform are you watching it on?
I am watching it on, let's see. I don't even know if I should say this.
Netflix.
No, it's not that. It's
I know what you're gonna say.
My brother-in-law gave me a USB.
Amazon Fire TV or anything?
That's right. Something like that. Yeah.
Oh man. It's got to be on Netflix or something, right? I just don't know which one it's on, but many people have told me that Yellowstone is a show to catch up on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How's the weather over there in Oregon, Sal?
It's crazy. I think yesterday we had snow at like 3 o'clock, and then it was gone by the next day. But Oregon's always had that kind of weather. Bipolar weather. You get a little bit of everything, you know.
Have we ever had snow over here, Gary? I don't even know what snow looks like anymore.
We have had some snow, and you know this. It's like 1 inch of snow. The threat of snow will shut down the city, and I'm not even making that up. If it's going to snow, we all run out to the store down here in the South. We buy bread and milk. I guess we're having French toast the next morning. But that's what we do, and we ride out the storm. So.
Because we don't know how to drive in the ice or the snow.
That's right, but it's funny. A tornado comes by, and we're out there drinking beer, watching it go by. So we don't always think twice about something like that.
Absolutely.
It's really cold out here right now. I think it's in the 30s, 37s around there. Man. It keeps fluctuating with some rain off and on. So
if I told you it was 75 degrees here, 2 days ago, Adam?
Yeah,
it was like 75 degrees. Which is just insane for this time of year. I was riding my windows down, still sweating. So.
It was a high of 75 2 days ago. And then, no, that was just yesterday. And then a high of 50 something today.
Crazy. So, I can't keep up.
Well, Sal, I got a couple of questions set aside for you. We call it the lightning round for our guests. Are you ready for this, my friend?
Let's do it.
All right. First off, how do you drink your coffee? With creamer or black?
Creamer.
With creamer? Do you like flavored creamer?
I do. Caramel.
That's very nice.
Well, follow-up question, in a pot or in a Keurig?
Keurig.
There you go. I knew I liked you for a reason.
I took way too much coffee to make it in a Keurig. My wife and I would just hammer through those things.
Too much coffee, huh?
It took me a while to get used to the Keurig, but I think I got it down. Just the right amount of creamer, and it comes out good.
It's a perfect science.
Very nice.
I was thinking about adding a coffee montage to one of my videos because I see a lot of people doing it. So I might have a little K-cup montage come up on one of my future videos. Okay, next question. Apple or Android?
I was an Apple guy, but I switched over to Android the last 2 or 3 years, and I have the 10, and I love it. I extremely love it. it's a lot faster for me. It's let me mute my work phone here.
That's okay.
No, it's
A
all
lot
right.
faster. I can do a lot more things with it. The editing pictures and screenshotting a screen without taking a screenshot is pretty cool with the Note 10. So I think right now I'm sticking with Android.
All right, Android. That's the right answer. No hard feelings to any Apple lovers out there,
You
but
just picked the wrong phone. That's all.
we can screenshot a lot faster. We can move our icons around a lot more customizable.
The widgets.
Why did you? Okay,
Yes,
so what
the
was the
widgets
number
always
one? Say it one more time. What was the number one reason why you swapped from iPhone to Android? The number one reason. What made you make the jump?
Apple, it just got really complicated when I went from phone to phone. And if you forget the Apple ID or any of that, it's more complicated, and it became really simple. Simple to the fact of like, oh, I want to customize this background, and I couldn't,
Yeah.
And then I feel like I own my phone, and it's not just the same thing from Apple. I feel like it's mine, and I can do what I want with it.
Exactly. I feel the same way. Yoshi DeSavage is here. Says, "Hey, Mr. Gary, do you know who this is, Gary?"
I do. What's up, Landon? How are you doing tonight?
All right, Landon. Thanks so much, buddy.
Thank
Glad
you
you
for
joined
joining
us.
the show. Yep.
We got a couple of watchers. Join us in the chat. Let's see what's going on. Ask Sal any questions you got. He's our guest for tonight, and we're talking about his hobby of tape dispensers. So let's jump right into it, Sal. You're in Oregon. What is before we get into the tape dispensers, tell us more about your full-time job.
Yeah, so my full-time job is overseeing 2 homeless shelters for youth that are 10 to 17-year-olds. And it really just depends, if they're maybe running away from an abusive situation, or maybe dealing with some underlying mental health concerns that parents or adults aren't taking seriously, or there's stigma around that still, in our society around mental health, or the families are facing poverty. In Oregon, we're probably serving one of the biggest counties, and it's a lot of rural county, and it's hard to get a hold of those youth and get the resources because it's so spread apart. And then we're also in a really rich town in Benton County, where Oregon State is. It's just there's a lot. It's expensive to live there. It's a college town, and then there's a lot of families that are living paycheck to paycheck, and on top of that, all the peer pressures from the high school gang, and what you're doing in school, and the drugs and all that piece. But in the end, they're just kids that are, I would hate to grow up right now how kids are growing up, because it's getting harder, with social media, all these other peer pressures, all these other norms. It's confusing. And in the end, the kids fall through the cracks, unfortunately, because the world keeps going, and some of these kids just don't get that extra chance to better their life. So I work with amazing people that are there for the kids, and I have a great team that are showing up every day for the kids and growing themselves. So I like living vicariously through my staff. So we can serve up to 22 kids in both houses. So with COVID, we're starting to see a lot more numbers go up, and I'm expecting that it's going to get our service is going to be a bigger need, because I think there's millions of families across the country that are going to be facing homelessness or close to homelessness or already are because of the pandemic.
Do you have a link or anything that we could share with our chat or our visitors to tell them more? Maybe if they wanted to make a donation or anything like that?
Yeah, I would say we're very, very cared for in our community. I would just say if you want to look into that, just look up your local youth shelter and give them some love, because we're really taken care of. I put up 2 switches. We wanted 2 switches for the houses, and this Christmas 2 donors gave us switches. So it's just like, wow, that's so awesome that we're cared for in that community. So I would just say look up, Google wherever you live, and see what's the closest homeless shelter is for youth, because the only way to end youth homelessness is to see that and recognize that's a problem, but also that's the only way to end adult homelessness, is giving these kids a chance to graduate from high school and don't fall through through the cracks to end up being on the streets as adults.
I agree 100% with that.
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
I've heard a statistic. Sorry, sometimes I can't get my words out. I've heard a statistic that poverty is a generational issue, and that it takes several generations for a family to get out of it. Have you heard the same thing in your experience?
Yeah, it that runs in some families. We've served over, like, sometimes we get kids that have siblings and they're constantly going through the same thing. And their grandparents were homeless, so then it passes it on and keep passing it on. Just like trauma, sometimes our traumas as adults can be passed on to our kids if we don't take care of ourselves, you know. So yeah, that's most definitely something, because if you don't know anything else, or don't know that it's possible to get out of that cycle, yeah, it's gonna continue to carry on, you know, through the kids and the families, unfortunately.
Did you say it was 22 kids total in 2 houses, or 22 each house?
Yeah, so one's 10 and one's 12.
Okay.
So we're actually working on expanding one of our houses to hopefully have up to 16 kids. So within the organization too, we have like a TOP program. Hey, Cameron, how's it going?
Hey, Cameron, thanks for joining us, buddy.
We have 2 TOP, 3 or 4 now. We're growing like crazy, but we do have a TOP program for 18 to 20-year-olds.
All right, tell us what that acronym stands for.
Transitional living program.
Okay,
so that is for those young adults that we can, you know, we have a whole continuum of care of. We have an outreach team that goes and finds them, and we bring them into shelter, hopefully by building those relationships. And if they don't have a family to go to, then our option is to get them into our transitional living program, so they don't end up on the street. So they get a chance to go to school, they get a chance to get work experience and be able to pay rent. But in the end, they get to check out all that savings for their first apartment, or for you know, anything that they may need moving on after the 18-month program. So it's a whole continuum of care. We all work together to hope to end youth homelessness. So
I think that's awesome. I think it is, really, and that's your day-to-day. That's your full-time job, and part-time you resell, right? And if I'm not mistaken, you said you do it on both Etsy and eBay. Am I right about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So on Etsy, you got to have something either custom built, made, or some vintage
Etsy is
stuff.
just the sales dispensers, and eBay
is everything else, right? So tell us about. Can you hear me?
You were kind of lagging a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know if it's me or you.
Gary, can you hear me good?
I can hear both of you fine now. So I was getting a little skippy there for a second.
Yeah.
So tell us about your tape dispensers, man. Start from the beginning. What's the history of how you got into custom tape dispensers?
You know, I got into the reselling by watching, you know, Reyes. I forgot his name, but I think it's Reyes, the guy with the "What about the gas?" And then that led me into a rabbit hole with Lonnie, Shed Flips, and then, you know, I started expanding from there, and I was like, oh, I can do this. So I just tried it. You know, the first sale came and I was hooked. I was like, wow. I went somewhere, I took pictures, and someone bought it. Like, even my brothers are like, man, people buy the weirdest crap. Like, the weirdest crap. So after that, you know,
we've seen Cheetos in the shape of male parts sell on eBay.
Right.
If you ever find any of those.
Ray is the entrepreneur. I started watching with him, and that actually got me into vending machines too. I have 4 of them placed right now.
Nice.
Hopefully, once COVID gets under control, I hope to place those. And then I was just sitting here, and I was like, wow, like, this is kind of boring. This tape gun is boring. So this is the original OG right here. I use it to this day. So I was just looking, and I was like, well, I'm just going to customize a little bit. So then, you know, I was watching Tesla Picker and then another YouTuber that I don't watch anymore. And was kind of like, I'll make them one and see like a prototype. And Tesla Picker was very like motivating, kind of was like, yeah, that's sweet. And, you know, even sent me some messages, thank you. And to this day still gives me little shout outs here and there, so that's, and he does the custom socks thing. So I think he gets it how nerve wracking it can also be. And then I sent it to Joey Bada Bing as well. But I was just kind of like, when I think as entrepreneurs, we're always like, what if we do this? Oh, it's already done. And I looked everywhere. Like no one is doing custom tape dispensers that I know of that I could find. So I was like,
awesome.
I gotta do this. And then, support with my friends and family, my brothers, like just go for it. And then I sent it to Joey Bada Bing, and his reaction was kind of like, okay, this could turn into something. So now I just kind of make them as I list, and as orders come in, I get them done for whoever wants one. I think we have, like, you guys have 3. Nana Tank got a one from Joey Bada Bing's live that they won.
Yeah.
So I kind of was just like, hey, this is something that's not done, so why not? And if you think about construction workers, they use their construction hats all the time.
Yep.
Resellers, and if you think about Amazon, all it takes is one person to buy it off of Etsy, take it to their warehouse at Amazon, and it's going to take off if I can meet that demand.
I can't find anything like this on Google. Everything is like advertising your logo on the side of a tape dispenser, and that's it. Nothing like what you've got it cornered on this. Yeah. Have you got any patents or copyrights or anything like that on this idea?
No, after that actually hit me once as Etsy took off. Like one person bought 2 of them, and I was like, I really got to protect this idea and make sure I take care of it. So I'll be doing that here soon and looking into that, because I think it can really be a side business that can help out and bring some extra money in,
So what is the effort to make one custom dispenser?
Some of them are very challenging. Your guys's, I really wanted to test my limits and get out of my comfort zone a little bit. So
I'm excited now.
So,
I mean, I was excited before, but to know that you kind of like pushed your creativity.
Yeah. And I was gonna say, go ahead, Sal.
Well, it's not for me. I just enjoy it. It's like I had an idea, and I'm just gonna keep going with it and keep trying to add on to it. And so really, for me, it's no effort, because I enjoy doing it, and I think we all need to start doing that more, of just doing what we enjoy, and it'll pay off. And that feeling of selling 2 on Etsy was just like, I was laying down and I was like, holy crap, I have so much energy now, because it was just exciting that someone bought my product. So, but it is challenging though, at times, because you can make a lot of mistakes, and I've learned from a lot of my mistakes. I'm like, okay, don't do it this way. So,
you found, I assume, like a wholesaler lot on a bunch of dispensers, that are, I don't know, blank or white or a single color, that won't interfere with your customization, I assume. Is that right? Is that how you just found the right dispenser and you just keep buying that same one in lots?
Yeah, I keep buying the same one. I used to buy them on Amazon, but now I'm talking to a wholesaler that's going to make it plain for me, like you're saying, China, and I can cut the costs on what an actual tape dispenser is going for. So, yeah, all those little things are now spinning, and I need to make sure that the cost is right and the price is also right, because just a regular tape gun, I think this duck one is like what, $10 or $12, but I think 24 or 28 on Etsy, it's a pretty good price for a custom gun,
Yeah.
So all those little things are working out and ironing out. So
what's up, Red Dirt Picker? Thanks for stopping by, buddy. I want to tell everybody who's listening right now, we're going to have a giveaway later. Sal has made a custom tape dispenser that we're going to give away in a trivia game at the near the end of our show, and it will be more fun the more people we have participate. So share on Instagram, on Facebook, share on all your social medias right now, and get them over here so that they can participate in this giveaway. If you were present in our Christmas giveaway, it's going to be very similar to that, where we have a trivia game, and we had a bunch of fun watching those people creep up the polls to the first place winner.
That was good. That was good.
I was like, okay, I have to get in the middle of the pack.
There you go.
Questions are hard.
It was a lot of fun. And
Mhm.
these questions tonight that I made up, there's 20 questions. Maybe 5 of them are like, give me questions. But the rest of them, if you don't know them, you ain't got time. And 10 seconds per question, you ain't got time to Google it. You got to know it.
Yep, take a stab.
Yeah. We'll talk more about that later. So Sal, let's talk about how you get your I guess I want to call them decorations, the imprints on the side of your tape dispensers. How does that work?
Yeah, it's just hydro dip. So essentially, it's here. Let me go grab a.
Okay, sure.
All right.
So I know it's all affiliated with hydro dipping.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know exactly how he does the pictures.
I know with hydro dipping, there's a lot of things that you can actually hydro dip as well. Like I've seen people do it with firearms mostly. You know, anything that, you know, is sort of this custom finish that you put on things like that, that's you know, very intricate. Then you can get it done. So that must be the film right there.
This is the film. So this is essentially just paint on paper, and then you put it in water, and then you put an activator on there, and then that's what took me a long time, and I still mess up to this day. This stuff is, some people do it for cars and stuff, but the hydro dipping is super hard. And you know, you have to wear a mask and stuff because it's chemicals and jazz. But this is essentially paint, and then you activate it, you wait for it, and then you dip it, and then it'll go on any surface that you put it on.
Is the activator, is that like what causes it to stick? The adhesive?
It essentially bonds, doesn't it? Am I wrong on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it activates the paint to turn into paint, you know, and get ready to activate on and mold onto whatever surface. So like this one.
Is it regular spray paint that you use too?
Yeah, I use spray paint too for like the handles and stuff, you know. But like this one I dipped for myself. These two are available right now on my Etsy store. So Lilo.
That is so cool.
Lilo and Stitch, is that who that is?
Lilo and Stitch. And then
that is so cool.
This one here with the skull is also available. This is a different model too. This one's a little bit bigger. So you have the standard, you know, and then this one I just tried it out with a little bit bigger surface to see what about it. So I'm just my goal is just to make a bunch of random ones, see what I can come up with, and throw them up on Etsy and wait for them to sell. So because I need to give customers a decision on what to buy. You know,
well, Red Dirt Picker really likes that DC dispenser you held up, and he talked about his boys. Let's see, my boys spray paint in a bucket of water and dip everything.
You know, I've actually heard about doing that with car parts. Back in the days where I was into show cars and car customization, that was actually one of the techniques that people use, especially with interior items, is they would hydro dip the interior items like that, like what Red Dirt Picker is talking about, where you would take like a tub or a big bucket, and you would take the piece off, and then do the paint on the surface, and then put it in, and it bonded to it, and then boom, you've come out and you've got this interior part that now you can put back on your car that's painted without having to paint it on the inside of the car. It was actually pretty fascinating how people did it, and you could do it. Nowadays I can't even imagine the patterns and all that stuff that you can do on these things. I mean, essentially anything. The sky's the limit, really.
Yeah,
it's probably how most car companies actually get the car parts that are customized with like certain trims and all that stuff.
And you also got like hydro dipping with paint, that one's more tedious. You have to, you can mix different colors. There's a lot of people on YouTube that dip their shoes. They customize shoes and they dip them with different paint and stuff. So,
wow.
After I started doing the paint stuff, I go, there has to be another way to do more. And then I went from this model because, there's a hole here. I really can't do much. And then upgraded to, this model here. So
yeah.
More of a surface area for more decoration.
Yeah.
Red Dirt Picker, they restore BMX bikes and dip handlebars, pedals, frames, etc. I think
cool.
you're talking about your boys there, I think.
Yeah, that's cool.
That is
Mhm.
really cool. To me, the hydro dipping videos is so satisfying that you could just to watch it happen, you know? I think I did see someone do car parts like Gary was talking about, like Red
Mhm.
Dirt Picker's talking about, but they had to do each one like was a completely start over process, because once you dip it, it's like you can't use that water anymore. Is that right? Or you have to restart the whole color process again. Is that right? You can only get like one dip out of, I guess, one bucket of water. Am I
Yeah,
wrong there?
for the paint ones, yeah, that I learned that the hard way. Because if
Okay.
you dip it twice, it can come out real bad.
Gotcha.
You might as well dip it once, and that you get one. That's what makes it hard. You know, you get one chance. If not, you have to sand it down, take off the paint, reprimer it, and then try again. You know,
Okay.
so
I
yeah,
got you. That makes sense. And I've seen your video snippets on Instagram where you'll dip and then you like shake the water around to clear the water so that when you pull it back up, it's not coming back through the paint again, right? Is that the point of that?
yeah. And
Okay.
I hope to in those the videos that have gone. Luis, there he is. Luis is a good guy there. But those are the videos are like the posts on Instagram that are getting a lot. So I plan on doing more of those snippet videos.
Yeah.
On my Sal's Dispensers, so people can start watching that, and then put the link for Etsy and go from there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, Callie, thanks for coming out and joining us tonight. Really appreciate you, my friend, out here helping out your bro, Sal, it looks like. Yeah, I see Sal Sal, I see you in several chats on several lives throughout the reseller community. And we first met you when you joined on one of our 15 minutes with friends several months ago, which was honestly, you were taping something, you were typing in the chat, talking. I think you just started with, what kind of tape dispenser do you use? Which caught my
Yeah, I do remember
attention.
that.
And I was
Yeah.
like, what an off the
This
wall
one.
question.
You guys were about to get off too, and then we stayed on for another like 30 minutes.
Yeah, because we
Mhm.
had to learn more.
Yeah.
So I am so glad to have gotten to know you better at that point in time and then get you here. And for those who are listening, we've been planning this out, to be very honest with you, probably since October, just so that we could get Gary, hold yours up. We got custom tape dispensers that we're going to open up live tonight. And I don't have any idea what Gary's looks like.
And I have no idea what Adams looks like. We've sort of kept this hidden from each other because we wanted to see if maybe like we could sort of, how well do you know your buddy here?
And the truth of the matter is really that we know the theme. We gave Sal a theme, but we don't know how it came out, right?
Mhm.
I told Sal, I said, listen, I want you to do mine in blank theme, but use your whatever creativity you want for it, So I am stoked. You know what? I got two, because I'll go ahead and tell the story. I got one for my eBay reselling, and then my day-to-day job, I'm in logistics with IT hardware equipment. So I'm using tape dispenser there all the time. So I wanted my own tape dispenser at work so that I wasn't fighting for one from everybody else. So this is going to be awesome. We're about 30 minutes in, and the chat's really starting to take off. Gary, I think it might be time we might want to actually go ahead and open them. I kind of am like a young kid at Christmas morning. I don't want to wait anymore.
I've had this package sitting on my desk for a week. You don't know how I thought, if I just peek at it, and then I'll seal it back up. I didn't do that. But,
no, don't do that. Sal, do you have? Can we share your link to your Etsy store with our chat?
I think I just did that.
Okay, cool. There you go.
There it is.
There you go, Red Dirt Picker. Okay, so you want to go first, Gary? You got yours first, so you can open it first.
Technically, you've got two of them though.
Okay,
so you could open one, and then I open one, and then you show the other one.
Well, I got two. Do you want to guess the themes I chose for my tape dispensers, or at least one of them?
I think one of them, because I think I know you. God, I think you did one of them in Nintendo.
Okay.
That's my initial thought. If it
Okay.
wasn't that, it was going to be something to do with Android.
You know me.
So I'm yes. I mean, you see, yeah, and I don't want to. Again, I don't know, but I think I
Okay.
know you well enough.
So who's to say that I didn't maybe know you were going to pick that or think I
Right.
would do that?
Sabotage it that way.
And
Yeah,
I sabotaged it.
it's like I am. Once I play chess, not checkers, my friend.
So I got my trusty Shed Flips blade here.
Hey, you want to check out mine?
Oh, did you dip yours? I bet he.
You know he did. You know he did.
So Gary,
Nice.
if you haven't noticed, look at that. He did. He tie-dyed his.
Wow.
I love it. That is awesome, dude.
I'm actually
Gary,
gonna send his wife the other one, another tape.
It's got a that's not serrated. It's got like a spur blade to resize your cardboard boxes with.
That's pretty awesome.
Everyone's doing this.
Yeah, you need to. Yeah, see, this is my implement right here, pocket knife. So you know, yeah, I'll be getting with you after the show on this. So,
all right, I'm gonna go ahead and open the box now. Sal, tell me, if I open the box, are they both inside together or are they individually wrapped? So if I open the box, I'll see them both immediately.
Yeah, you'll see them both immediately, but I put them in bubble wrap.
Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to just take one of them out randomly. I don't know which one I'm going to grab first, whichever one's on top. How about that, Gary? And then we'll see if you're right or wrong.
Right. I die if I got them both right, you know?
All right, so I'm actually going to, let's make sure it's taped. Okay, so let's cut the tape off. Guys in the chat, you ought to go check out his Etsy store, and I bet you'll find something that fits your personal liking. But there's also going to be a giveaway of one of his dispensers that's decorated like DC comic book characters.
Really cool DC comics. Yes.
Okay, so I'm not going to look
really
in.
rad.
I'm just going to open the box, and I'm going to reach in, and I'm going to grab one. Okay. Now, come on, a little bit easier than that. Okay. So I got just one. I'm going to put the other one to the side. All right. It's in bubble wrap. There it is.
Survey says.
I got to have my blade to open the bubble wrap. I don't want to. Oh, I can see it through the bubble wrap. This looks so cool. Come on, man. You take this up good.
I just mentioned there's no way you're going to guess mine. There's no way you're going to guess mine. So everything you think is wrong already.
I've already got two. I only could think of two possibilities for you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you say I'm wrong, then I guess I just don't know you like I thought I did. All right. Boom. Superman.
Oh, nice. Superman. I dig it.
Superman.
I dig it.
Look at that.
So is that the one for work or is that the one for home?
This is going to be the one for home.
Okay, nice.
I love
very
this,
cool.
dude. That Superman emblem you got on the front there is so perfect.
Yeah,
That's
it's like
awesome
Superman in this
decal.
action pose. I mean, that's how you think of Superman when you see him. I mean,
And
honestly.
he sent it with a roll of eBay tape on it, boys and girls.
Yes,
Do you
sir.
do
That
that
is
for
awesome.
everybody, or are we just lucky?
Yeah, you're lucky there on that one.
That is awesome. I am totally digging this. He's painted the part that helps to rip it off too, with the yellows and reds. The roller is even painted in individual color. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to remove this blade cover. There we go. Now it's working. Yeah, man. All right, Gary. Superman. You didn't see that one coming, did you?
You're right, I did not. Although I still feel like I'm still in the game because you got another one left to unwrap.
All right. I want you to unwrap your next one first, though. I mean, yours. And I'm going to guess. Okay. I'm going to tell you. I'm just going to stick with my initial guess. I've got to.
What was your guess again? I was trying to.
Jeep.
Oh.
I'm gonna guess Jeep.
Something
It
Jeep.
Has to be Jeep. If it's not Jeep, then it could be cigars.
That would have been
That's my
good.
second guess.
Write that down.
It's like,
We'll find out how close I am. It's either
All right.
Jeep or cigars. Dude, that is an awesome Superman.
Yeah, and
yeah,
I'm working.
seeing that, I'm really looking forward to this.
I'm working on packaging and making sure I get my own boxes and not have to do a bubble wrap, so that way they're protected, but it's easier packaging. You know.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate you guys supporting me and doing this and spreading love.
Man, it's our pleasure. By the way, can
Yeah,
I just that's an awesome touch with the stickers. So that's finding a place on my toolbox. So I only put the best stickers on my toolbox.
That's
So,
what fell out when I wasn't looking.
Yep.
There
I think I think another one actually fell out, by the way. Oh, stand by.
I started putting these on my door here to my room. That's where they're gonna go.
There we go. All right. And I got candy, Adam. Did you get candy?
I don't know. I'll look for everything else because I didn't open. I didn't.
Nice
some high shoot. Yeah, all my orders get a sticker. And
So we got a question for you, real quick, Sal. What do you charge for the custom ones?
so on Etsy, I charge $28, but if you get in contact with me at Sal's Dispensers on Instagram, you can have one for $24. So you save $4 with going through Instagram.
That's an excellent price, folks. That is an excellent price. So if you're looking for one of these, absolutely go to Sal. I can sort of see mine through this.
And I put Sal's Instagram name in the description below of this video, guys. Callie, Lewis wants to tell you that you do some awesome work, and I agree with that. After seeing this personally, that is awesome work.
Let's see.
All right, I'm in suspense, Gary.
I know. I'm this is how you build anticipation. It makes for great TV. So here we are. All right, let's see. So like I said, I've only seen this through the bubble wrap. I had an idea of what I want. So, and I'm pretty sure, and yes, he did. Sal executed this to perfection. This
Good deal.
is a tape dispenser in black multicam.
Cam.
Look at
Ooh,
that.
all
Look
over
at
the place.
That's
a nice one.
amazing. That is fantastic. Sal, you nailed it, my brother.
Just don't
That
take
is
it hunting with you, or else you'll lose it.
That is very true. Yeah, if I drop it in the woods somewhere, it will go bye-bye. But
That's a nice shot. Hold it up again. I want to see that work. Look at
look at that. That's like,
I love how you customize each piece. The roller, the metal piece, the handle.
see, even the handle has got camo on it. Look at that. The multicam black camo. And the thing is that I mean, this isn't an easy camo pattern to do. I know that for a fact. So, and that's why I thought it was something really awesome. Like if he could pull this off, I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
So
He did a good
very
job.
impressed how even the wheel. Even the wheel.
Yeah.
on the side.
So
Did you
Gary,
paint the screw that holds the wheel on too? Or was that naturally black like on his?
I paint that one too.
Awesome. He
Oh,
takes
okay.
it all apart, every piece. It's well worth it. He put some real work into this.
It's detail.
Reddirt Baker says, I also write children's books, and it would be cool to get one with the illustrations on there. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure that I don't know how you you probably, I'm assuming you get what's available as far as the prints are concerned. So
Yeah.
you'd have to work out a way to get the illustrations onto one of those prints, onto one of those, what'd you call them before? The wraps?
Oh, the hydro film. Yeah.
Yeah, the film.
A Cricut that I can, copy and turn it into a stencil.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, let's talk about it. Hit me up on Instagram. So Gary, do me a favor though. Pull up your old one and the one next to Sal's Dispenser.
Absolutely. So this one is what we call the.
I'm
Still
sorry.
here?
I'm trying to
Oh,
get
no,
Gary
no,
big screen here, man. I can't do it. I'm just gonna quit clicking around. It's stupid of me.
We call this the dollar general special, right here. You know, and believe it or not, this little dispenser has actually lasted me a long time refilling it with this tape. I mean, I've probably had this like 3 years, but compared to something like this,
Yeah, man.
there's no contest. By the way, I'm eating one of those pieces of candy that you included in the package as well. So if it sounds like I'm fumbling a little bit here, that's why. But I mean, just ask yourself, what would you rather have out there, right?
Yeah.
Again,
It looks so much cooler and
just,
easier to use.
Oh yeah, that's another thing too. I don't have to worry about the tape folding back on itself with this. You know, that is such a pet peeve of mine, especially if the boys use it, because the boys will do some reselling here and there, and it never fails. I always get my little tape dispenser with the tape folded back on the top of it, and I have to pick at it. Like
I hate that
every time they use it.
So Lewis says that he'll hit you up on Instagram, Sal.
Awesome.
And then Red Dirt Picker, he'll also get in touch with you. The camo one is flipping cool. And I'm surprised the little dispenser hasn't broke on you, Gary.
Right.
I'm going to be honest. I am too. I would have duct taped it back, which would have been kind of ironic, but yeah.
All right. Well, I got one more. What were your guesses again?
Nintendo and Android.
Oh, I've got lots of candy in here too.
Now, if it's Mario fighting the little Android thing, then I win the whole episode. So
the whole shebang bang.
That's right.
All right.
Whole shebang bang.
All right. This is the second one for my work.
I knew it.
You knew it.
I knew it.
Android, baby. Had to be Android.
I knew it.
The tape just fell off, but it's okay. It still fits right on. But it's got a little Android on the other side too.
Mm-hmm.
Check that out. And it's eating.
Cool.
Oh, it's eating a tiny Android right in there. Can you see it? It's an apple. Yeah. It's eating an apple.
Ah, there you go.
It's Android eating an apple. Oh,
that is awesome. Look at that. Look at that.
Little Androids on the wheel, on the tape wheel. Just having a hard time focusing.
There you
go. That is awesome, man. Thank you, Sal.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Oh, I love it. Dude.
So I was tempted to get one that had cigars on it. I had an idea in mind, and maybe this is something that I may hit up Sal for later on. There's a famous picture out there of Winston Churchill smoking a cigar, and he's got a Tommy gun in the other hand, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's a real picture. It's legit a real picture of him doing that. And so I think that would be something really, really cool splashed across this front part here. So I may be hitting you up again because that may be another thing that I want. I want 2 of these things. I want 4 of these things.
You can't get enough, can you?
No.
That's awesome, though. Dude, I'm stoked, Sal. Thank you so much for making us these custom tape dispensers.
Yeah, no problem.
Where's the other one? Android and Superman. That's exactly what I ordered, and it looks perfect. My expectations are beyond this. Like, I mean, you totally nailed it. Way beyond expectation. All right. Excellent. And I got candy and stickers as well.
Yes. Can I just say the tape matches the thing? The black on the tape matches the black multicam. So that is rad. That is absolutely rad.
That is awesome. All right, guys, go ahead and tell your friends about the giveaway trivia game that we're going to have later in the show. But for now, we're going to do the pick of the week. All right. So I got a pick of the week. Gary's got a pick of the week. And we're going to show them both off to you right now. Gary, you want to go first, my friend?
Yeah, I do, actually. All right, so my pick of the week was something that I haven't seen in years. And I remember this. The pick of the week that I had was a pair of Oakley Thump sunglasses. If you know what Oakley Thumps are, put them in the comments. But if you don't know what Oakley Thumps are, They are a pair of sunglasses that was in the very early days of the MP3 sort of thing. All right, so when the iPod first came out, right, all these companies started scrambling to figure out, okay, how can we incorporate MP3 music into whatever we're doing? You know, whether it's a little, you know, an iPod that you can carry, an iPod Mini, the iPod Nano. Microsoft took a stab at it with the Zune. All kinds of different things started happening. Well, Oakley took a stab at it, and they built an MP3 player into a pair of sunglasses. And as you can see in the picture, the little earbuds would go in your ear while you wore the sunglasses. You could put your playlist, your music onto it. You could control the volume and all that stuff. It was a pair of sunglasses, an MP3 player, and a pair of headphones, all in the same package. And this is made by Oakley. Well, I saw this at a thrift store. It was in the case, and there is a picture of the case actually on there, Adam, as well. If you want to click on it, you can see how big this case is. This thing is massive. What you can't see in the case is that top layer where the top part flaps open. That whole thing folds open, and it's almost like a whole nother storage compartment that's inside of there. I have no idea what you use that for. I guess maybe the instruction booklet. Well, anyway. It came with the cord. Yeah, it came with the wires. It came with the sunglasses itself. Now, here's the thing: they don't work. They don't work. I know. I was heartbroken at that. I know. Here's the thing: these things have seen probably many years of going down some trails and running and biking and all this thing. And somebody's probably sweated very profusely into this. And this is in an age where, you know, there is no IP67 waterproof rating where you're dunking stuff underwater and it survives. No, this was to get the least bit of water in something and it shorts out. Yeah. Now, to give you an idea, these sunglasses at the time had cutting edge technology of 512 megabits worth of music, or megabytes, I should say, worth of music that you could install onto them. All right.
512 megabytes.
Because they are called the Thump 512s. All right. Now, here's the thing. The color on these.
What year? Did you figure out what year they were made?
No, I didn't, but this had to have been somewhere around like, the late 2000, 09, 2010, somewhere around there, perhaps. The color on these is something that's called black tribal, and the lens color is iridium. All right. That apparently is one of the rarest colors of not just Oakley sunglasses, but of these Thumps. So I went ahead and I slung them on eBay. Again, I paid $3 for these. I should be able to go ahead and get probably about $150 for these ish. As you can see the price on the screen, about $150 ish. This is in non-working condition. If these worked, I'd be able to get somewhere between $400 and $500 for them.
That's
so
crazy.
This was a out of the way thrift store. It was a thrift store that I think it was called Heal the World was the name of the thrift store.
Right.
And it was, again, I bought these for $3. That was case and everything like that. So I was super stoked when I saw them. I really, really hoped they worked. I even tried plugging them into the computer, and the computer didn't even recognize that they were there as a device. Didn't start powering them on, didn't do anything. So again, my assumption is that they are absolutely just not working. But hey, great pair of sunglasses with a cool story. And for a collector, it's actually a pretty cool thing because they are in really, really good condition outside of them just not working.
With the right buyer, I'm sure they could fix them.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. That's right. I had somebody in Brazil send me a question on them asking me if I would ship them to Brazil. And I'm always leery about international shipping of things. I know that, some folks are not, but I've been burned a couple of times on these things, especially when you have things that go through customs. And then let's throw the whole COVID pandemic thing into the mix as well. There's so many uncertainties. It would be something I can't guarantee it'll get there. I'm going to have to charge you out the wazoo for shipping.
Yeah.
Sorry, bud. Move to the United States if you want them. That's all I can say.
I don't have the list of countries available through the eBay global shipping program, but I know it's not every country.
Right.
But correct me if I'm wrong. If it's available through the global shipping program, then they should be able to immediately get that information in the checkout procedure, like by putting it in the cart, right?
Yes. In that case, I would assume so. I don't know if this person ever went that deep,
Mhm.
with their process. Again, just for me, and I know eBay has probably evolved over time since that. I mean, I shipped a fur coat, an actual fur coat, to St. Petersburg, Russia one time, and it was held up in customs for a month and a half. I'm surprised it even got there to the person. They were sending me messages
That's the
saying
fur part that got you stuck.
yeah, they said it's freezing in St. Petersburg. It's like -20 out here. When's my coat arriving? And I'm like, I don't know. You call your customs and tell them, that you need your coat. I mean, again, some nations you're okay shipping things to because you at least know it's probably going to show up at the person's door. I mean, what's to say somebody in customs doesn't seize that in Russia and take it home to their wife? You
Yeah,
know?
possible, I guess.
And then you're on the hook for that. Now you've got no product, you've got no money, and you've got negative feedback on it. So
Yeah.
I've been burned before on it. Now that one turned out okay, except for the customs wait time. But I've had other ones where it didn't turn out so great. And I've had stuff where if they weren't satisfied with it, they'd open up a case through eBay and they ship it back again. And now you're paying the shipping cost international coming back. And yeah, I've had enough of that.
Yeah.
So I'm
That is
good. I'd rather
definitely
take a risk here at home.
That makes the whole selling situation that much more riskier with certain
That's
items.
right. Yeah, exactly. That's why you have an eBay for your country. eBay operates in multiple countries. You have an eBay for your country, I think, for that reason. So,
Well, my pick of the week is not nearly as intense or as exciting as that. I'll tell you that right now. You actually have a better ROI on yours too. My pick of the week though is a Salad Master stainless steel stock pot. Okay. Thank you to, let's see, it was Hustlin' Hooks that talks about pots and pans, and it was the Homeschooling Picker that talks about pots and pans. And I don't have many brand names in my brain or any room for pots and pans, but for some reason, Salad Master just stuck with me. Probably because I've always been on the lookout for the old vintage crank Salad Master processors, if you know what I'm talking about.
I
And
remember
so
picking those up back in the
I
day.
didn't honestly realize that that same company made pots and pans. So when I saw this and I looked it up, cha-ching. So I picked this up for $6 this week. And even though I've declared myself on sourcing probation, when I see a diamond like this, I'm going to still pick it up.
Mhm.
But the Salad Master, they're actively selling between 150 plus, between 150 to $200, depending on condition. And so I went ahead and listed mine for just below 150, hoping that if anybody wants one, mine will be the next one they buy,
Yeah.
But $6 into $148, I'd be very happy with that if that finally goes.
So, Adam, help me out and help some of our viewers out. What on earth makes this pot worth $150? I look at it and it looks like something I would pass up because I'd say that's a piece of junk. I'm not cooking with somebody else's cookware. No one's going to pay for this. It looks like a nightmare to ship because it's big and all this other. Why am I buying? Why do people pay $150 for this pot?
I'm not a pots and pan master, to be honest with you, but it's the brand. One, it's the brand. Two, this thing is heavy. For a pan, it itself by itself is 7 pounds.
Wow.
The pan or the pot, I should say, it's thick stainless steel.
Okay.
There's no denting, there's no scratching, there's the bottom isn't burnt or anything of that nature. It's just in great condition, and I think that's what gives it its value is it holds up over time, and it's a great brand and valuable due to it being made so well.
Now, I know professional cookware does fetch. I mean, my wife and I are actually looking right now into a professional chef knife set, Wusthof or some of those other brands, because we cook a lot and we do a lot of prep, and I watch a lot of Gordon Ramsay videos. And so therefore, we need to be able to learn to prepare food like that. And I will say that having really, really good kitchen utensils is like, if you're working on your car, having very good tools, it makes the difference. It is the difference. you know, between you doing something right and you breaking something and doing something wrong. And I know with pots and pans and with all that, the way that they heat, the way that they disperse that heat, the way that, you know, they retain heat and all that can have such an impact on how the food is cooked and prepared, the temperatures it gets to, the flavors that it has with it, you're not likely to burn, all that good stuff comes along with the quality of the tools that you're using in the kitchen. So I guess Salad Master, it's one of those tools. I would never have known that.
Salad Master is definitely one. I couldn't tell you a second name right now to save my life.
Mhm.
But once this sells, I'm going to start writing a few of them down in my notes so that if I think I may remember it, I'll check my notes and see if it's in there.
Because you know who doesn't know this? The people at the thrift store. Well, not just me.
Oh,
I mean, but you know, you go to a thrift store, you can probably get that for a reasonable price because, you know, they look at a Ralph Lauren shirt and they think it's, you know, Tom Ford or something like that. They price it at $20, you know, but a pot like that, they'll price it at $3 or $4 just to send it out the door because they don't know. So, yeah, I think, you know, and this kind of maybe opens up a little bit more of a conversation. You know, we've talked about this when we talked about alternative picking, is that there are brands that you have to stay ahead of when it comes to the thrift store. Because once they learn what that brand is, they'll mark it up. But you have to always be one step ahead, keeping up with the brands that are hot, because they'll be, you know, 2 steps behind you typically on that. So, you know, depending on where you are, obviously.
Lewis says that he sold a lot of Rena Ware stock pots. So there's another name you got to write down. And then Red Dirt Picker suggests Miracle Made and for your pots and pans. So there's 3 names right there that you need to write down. And if you don't write them down, at least try to memorize those 3 names for future case. I was putting out there on Instagram a little picture of Sal's tape dispenser that we're going to give away, try to drum up some more interest here in the comments before we actually do it. So now that we've done the pick of the week, y'all ready to move on to the next segment called Hot or Not?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hot or not.
All right. Hot or not. Everybody, this is a segment that Gary and I came up with where we talk about a hot product or category or an item that is something you should definitely be on the lookout for, or a not item. This could be something that you thought at one point in time was a hot, but it ended up failing for you, or it used to be a hot for everybody, but it's suddenly taken a nosedive. That last one is something I'm going to bring to the table today, actually. So, Sal, as our special guest, we'll let you go first. What is your hot item or category or product you want to talk about tonight?
I'll do 2 categories, but to start out with, it's fishing equipment or fishing reels. They sell quickly, and you know, I'm going through my potential pile behind me, and there's so much money that's just sitting there. It's kind of crazy. It's nice because I put myself on probation as well. I just been so this year I'm just trying to go through my pile and be like, okay, I spent all this money. I might as well list it. It's not going to sell itself. And I'm learning what is really hot and what is not. And I'm kind of doing that throughout the week. So anytime I posted a fishing reel or fishing lures, I just sold like a fly fishing lot for like $50, like on bid. And it's just a bunch of random stuff that I got for free from storage unit, and it got a lot of attention.
That's good.
It was the highest bid auction I've ever done. So fishing stuff goes quickly, and I think also too, even with pandemic, I think that's probably like the safest outdoor activity away from people. So I think it's hot right now, you know, and I think it'll continue because after the pandemic, people are going to be going out a lot more. So.
Absolutely.
Do you have 1 or 2 name brands that you can share?
I know. I just listed, and so
it doesn't matter. Just list it. Fishing gear.
Yeah, I didn't even remember. I just, you know, make sure it has some comps and it all sells. Even some of the reels were broken or not broken or had like some defects. Buyers would be like, I just want it. I have the same one, but I'm missing this piece, and they just use it for parts, you know.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Well, that's a good deal. So fishing gear, Sal's hot. Gary, what's your hot?
my hot brand is going to be Birkenstock. I'm pretty sure that everyone knows the brand name. You've heard of it before. If you haven't, they're a big shoe company out of Germany. They've been around for God knows how many years, 100+ years. They are, very finely crafted footwear, and it's one of those things where if you buy Birkenstocks brand new, they're going to cost you over $100. Typically finding any pair of them, unless you're finding on like a super duper sale, is going to cost you over $100. So whenever you have items that are high in value like that, people are always looking to try to trim off some of that cost. And that's where eBay comes in. So they're willing to compromise with the fact that they may already be worn, or that they may have, maybe some defects, or it's maybe not exactly the style they were looking for. But as long as it's close enough, and as long as it's something that can fit their needs, they're willing to make those compromises. So when it comes to things like Birkenstock, you can usually get, I don't know, anytime I find them, even in worn, used condition, I usually get somewhere around, $35, $40, $45 and up for a pair, depending on how new they look. Obviously, the newer they look, the better that you're going to make out on those prices. But here's the thing. Don't be afraid of picking up worn ones. The thing about Birkenstock is that, people tend to break them in. And after they're broken in, that's kind of half the battle with them. So once that sort of occurs, people aren't really afraid to, drop $30, $35 on a pair that you picked up for $2 or $3.
Right.
So
do they still sell even though the bottom is not got much tread on it?
Yes, they sure do. They sure do. That's one thing. I've never had an issue selling Birkenstocks in any condition.
Okay.
Anytime I see them, they're an easy pick for me, as I know, and as long as the price is good. Again, thrift stores are getting more wise to certain brands and certain things. Just is what it is. But if I can still find them at a good price, usually $6, $7 and under, then I'll go ahead and pick them up.
Excellent. I am going to remember Birkenstock. I knew about Birkenstock, but personally, I kind of didn't pick up the bad conditioned ones. But, let's say 6 or less, I'll dig into it, right?
Absolutely. Especially with the weather getting warmer eventually, maybe.
Excellent day. All right. Let's my hot for the night. I'm going to share a brand that I personally am on sourcing probation. If you haven't heard my story, I've got too much of a death pile that I've got to list, or somehow get rid of this stuff before I buy, because I'm running out of room. But there's this brand that I'll still pick up because it's one of those that I know will go in and out and sell quick and for more than just the typical shirt. And that brand is Arc'teryx. I honestly cannot remember if we've mentioned this in a previous Hot or Not segment or not, but Arc'teryx is that good that it's worth saying it again if we hadn't said it, if we have already said it before. So a local reseller has in our town picked up 5 or 6 pair of Arc'teryx pants. He's selling them already for $55 to $70, some $45 because they had a hole in it, and he still sold it for $45. And I'm telling you, that's how hot Arc'teryx is. I personally picked up 2 2XL Arc'teryx polo shirts, listed them. They're almost identical, just different colors. Listed them both for $30, sold one immediately for an offer of $26, just because it just sells that quick. So Arc'teryx, and that's kind of a hard one to spell. So I'm gonna put it in the chat here. Yeah, I got it right. Arc'teryx, ARC''TERYX. It's a hiking brand. It's like outdoorsy brand. Pants, shoes, t-shirts, polo shirts, that make bags, they make belts, they make hats. Be on the lookout for Arc'teryx. The emblem, now that I'm about to say this, it makes me think that we've already done this. The emblem is a dead bird's bones like a
Like a
dinosaur's
fossilized, yeah.
bones. Yeah. So be on the lookout for Arc'teryx.
See, I love Arc'teryx. Arc'teryx, it's actually a tactical brand too. They do a lot of work for the military and law enforcement as well, because it's so specialized, in what they do. And I love Arc'teryx as a brand. Think of it as like if you think North Face is a big brand, Arc'teryx is way above that. And it's so funny. I picked up a T-shirt one time. It was an Arc'teryx T-shirt. I found it Goodwill. Paid a couple of bucks for it. I put it on eBay that day for like $30, right? Used $30. Nothing. I got no watchers. I got no nothing. I got no traction. I'm like, what's going on? I waited for like a couple of months and I was like, well, someone's going to come along. I'm in no hurry, whatever. Still nothing. I went in and I looked at the listing again. I had spelled it wrong.
Yeah.
And because of the way it's spelled, it's not going to really pick up in a close enough search because of the way the letters are arranged, So once I corrected the spelling, I sold it that day.
I believe
That's
it.
how much of a difference, and I sold it for $30.
I
That's how
was
much of a
thinking you
difference
had to
it
have
makes.
misspelled it somehow.
Yep. So check your spelling, people.
Yeah, Arc'teryx for sure. And I picked up an Arc'teryx T-shirt today that had armpit stains for $1. It was half price. I'm still gonna list it. I bet it still sells.
Oh, it will. It absolutely will.
I sold a pair of Arc'teryx shorts with holes in it, and no, Gary, you sold a pair of Arc'teryx shorts with holes in it, didn't you? So
yeah, I think
there
you
go.
passed on it. You passed
I did.
on it.
I
because it
passed
had a
on it.
hole in it, and I said, "Don't pass on it." And you're like, "If you want it, you can have it." And I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah,
So
you picked
twist
it up.
my arm. And yeah, I think I sold it for like what $35, and I said, "Dude,
Yeah, man.
it's Arc'teryx, man."
Hey, Wyatt, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for joining us. You made it in time for our trivia that's coming up in a couple of minutes. We're finishing up our hot or not segment. So we've gone through our hots. Let's go quickly through our nots. Sal, you want to go first?
I don't know if I have one actually.
Okay, that's fine. It's hard to come up with a knot sometimes. Gary, you got one?
I do. All my knots always cause controversy, right? And this one may be controversial.
Mine's definitely going to cause some controversy.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it. Sperry. Sperry is a brand that and here's why. I used to be able to find Sperry's in reasonable condition, and I used to be able to flip them for an easy $50, whenever I found them. And at the thrift store, they would price them at $3 or $4. And so I'd actually be able to make some value on it. Now you go to the thrift store and that worn out pair of Sperry's that someone, I swear to God, they walked, through every mud puddle with them. If they were boat shoes, the boat sank, and they came back up and they said, "Here's my Sperry's." And then they took them to the thrift store, and the thrift store still wants $15, $16 for them. So, and now I'm only getting, maybe, $25, $30 for a pair of Sperry's. It's just there's not enough meat on the bone anymore. And, I like Sperry as a brand. I mean, I actually have a couple of pairs of Sperry's that I wear, like loafers and stuff like that. They're fantastically made. They fit well. They're, they can be sort of that mid business casual type thing. I like them. But as far as the reselling thing, yeah, go ahead and pass on them for now.
Yeah. Well, my knot is a little bit of a controversy too. And it used to be, this is one of those that used to be hot. And I mean, it was a hot in one of our previous videos. And that is vineyard vines.
Chef Ian will be so disappointed to hear that.
Vineyard vines. Here's my reasoning. I've had a couple of vineyard vine polo shirts listed for months with lots of views, but no traction. I will buy them at $4 and sell them at $19.95, which is my normal shirt rate for me. And no one's buying them. There's nothing wrong with them. They're perfectly good, just pre-owned, but there's nothing wrong with them. I started doing some research and I noticed there's more than 2,500 regular vineyard vine men's polo shirts listed, but only like 600 are sold. That's right now. I just looked it up again to confirm what my memory was right or wrong, and it's still about the same. 2,447 listed, 612 sold. That's what, a quarter, maybe.
Yeah.
of what's out there. And to me, that's not a very good sell-through rate. They're selling for 5 plus shipping, 10 free shipping, 10 free shipping. Best offer of lower than 20, 11 plus 8 in shipping, but that
It
was the best
definitely isn't.
offer too. They're
Definitely
not
isn't what it used to be.
selling anymore.
Yeah, isn't what it used to be. That's for sure.
So I've got some in the closet, unfortunately, and I'm gonna have to list them to get rid of them. Maybe I'll put a big mystery box and get rid of some of my stuff and put that on somebody else to get rid of. But to me, I'm probably not picking up a Vineyard Vines shirt again anytime soon unless it fits me.
Mhm.
Right? So
That's right.
that's
I was
my
gonna-
not. Vineyard
gonna say,
Vines.
I had another quick hot for a second. GameStop. No, I'm just kidding. Go out there and buy that right now. Go buy it.
Oh, it went down,
Become
man.
the new Bitcoin. Who knew?
Don't bring that into this conversation.
As Reddit wasn't a mistake after all. Oh, geez. So
That is so
unbelievable.
crazy. I knew you were fixing to say that, though. I kind of saw it
Uh-huh.
on your face. It's so crazy, dude.
So,
Oh,
Oh my God!
yesterday
Maybe
it was like
maybe they
3
can actually give you 50 cents for your used games now. Not that they got
Instead of a
this money
quarter.
in flow.
Yeah, what was it, like 3:56 yesterday afternoon around like 3 o'clock, and then after work it was like 1:50 today or something like that when it ended. So it was a fluke, guys. Don't even.
Yeah,
Anyway, let's don't talk
this is
about it.
not
This isn't
the
stock market talk.
picking the resell late show. Yeah, / how to invest your money. Yeah, don't do what I say. Yeah, go to the
Yeah.
thrift store. You'll make more.
You
So-
will. All right. Well, I have showing that we currently have 4 watchers at this moment right now. We could go ahead and do the trivia game and give it away to one of our wonderful 4 watchers. It's 11:12. I think that's actually a good time to go ahead and do it, right? What do you think? I don't think that we're going to get any more, or else we would already. So y'all want to go ahead and everybody in the chat, sound off. Let's see who's still here. Who are my 4 watchers? Just say hey or hello, and we'll go through the rules real quick for this giveaway. So while I'm giving the rules, you go ahead and sound off in the chat. So it's almost identical. It's like our Christmas giveaway where it's going to be a trivia game. There's going to be 20 questions. The questions are about reselling and they're about the Super Bowl because the Super Bowl was on my mind. So 20 questions of a mixture of Super Bowl questions and reselling questions. The winner, hold it up, Sal. The winner is going to get Sal's custom made DC Comics tape dispenser. He'll work out the details with you through Instagram. So whenever we declare a winner, you'll have to get in touch with Sal through Instagram to work out the details of how to get it to you. Now, we want to make sure that we have it as fair as possible. So when you log into the game, please use your screen name on YouTube to also match your name in the trivia game when you log in, okay? We're not going to do anything that mandates you have to create an account or anything. Just honor system here. Go ahead and put your own, make your YouTube name the same name in the game. There's 20 questions. I'm going to bring the game up on the screen so that everybody can see. As you're filling out the questions, we can see you climbing the charts. So I'm going to go ahead and share the link here in the chat. And we don't want Christmas theme. So let's get a shareable link here. All right. So guys, y'all go ahead and start logging into the game. And remember, use your screen name for the name in the game as well. And I can see people start to pop up over here. Let's go ahead and bring up the screen. This is the waiting room for the game, if you will. We got Rewilded Reselling popping in. We got Lewis from Cali Reseller popping in. So We got 6 people watching, so we want to see 6 players popping into the show. We got Red Dirt Picker. Sal and Gary, you're out. You can't play, by the way.
Aw.
I'll just make myself another one.
I don't know the questions. So-
Yeah. So we got 5 watchers. We got 3 participants right now. So let's go ahead and give them a little bit more time. Let's see. Those 3 sounded off in the comments. We're just going to give you another minute because we don't want to make them wait too long. So if you miss logging in, we're going to limit the game. So anybody who comes in after we start the game, we're going to say you missed your opportunity so that we can just let these people who are making it on time in there. So let's say 20 more seconds. So hold it up one more time, Sal. This is what everybody's playing for. That I wish I knew how to make Sal the only one showing, and I don't know how to do that. But anyway, tape dispenser. All right, so y'all ready to get started? Let's go ahead and start the game so that we don't make them wait too much longer. So it's going to go. Oh, we got a 4th one popping in here. Oka G87. I don't see him in the chat, but Oka G87. I recognize that name, though. I feel like he's been in our chat before. Wiki Picks. What's up, guys? How's it going? Wiki Picks. Click the link real quick. Join in our game. Real quick.
You get to win this.
Use your YouTube screen name as the name you use for the game, Wiki Picks. Jump on into the game real quick. There's Oka G87 right here. There you go. Thank you for joining tonight. All right, Wiki Picks. We're going to give you some time. You're going to be the last person to join us because I don't see anybody else in the chat. All right. Waiting on you. Ooh, I'm excited. This is so much fun when we did it at Christmas, watching them jump up and down.
I might go full screen on this.
All right, Wiki Picks. You coming? I don't like dead air, so we're going to give you 10 seconds. All right. 5 seconds. All right, we're going to go ahead and start the game, Wiki Picks. All right, here we go. Rewilded Reselling, Cali Reseller Lewis, Red Dirt Picker, and Oka G87. Here we go. Getting started with the game. Now, I get to see their scores pop up. I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit. Oh, it's off or on. It's a little loud, isn't it? Let's see if I can control this volume a little bit. All right, is that better? Or is that too loud still?
I just said write it out.
I'm just going to turn it off. All right, so we got 20 questions about reselling and about the football. WikiPick said, I'm good on the game, man. Go ahead. Okay, cool. Thanks, man. So we got Cali Reseller taking the lead. He's got 1,430 points. Oka G87 with 660. Red Dirt Picker with 600. Rewilded Reselling's not doing so good. He's got 0 points so far.
Not a football fan.
Not a football
ABCD.
fan. It's reselling, and there might have been some presidents in there too because the inauguration was this. That was last week, wasn't it?
Any questions about Chester A. Arthur? No one's going to get that. Come on. So.
Chester A. Arthur. Lewis is still in the lead with 2,980 points. Then Oka G87 trailing halfway at 1,260. Rewilded Reselling has got some points on the board at 810 points. Red Dirt Picker is now in 4th at 600 points. It's a tough one because you know what? It looks like there's not any major streaks going on. Let's see if we can take a look at some of these questions. Now, I'm not going to show you the answers, but let's see. Question number 1 is, Bobby bought a ball for $2 and sells it on eBay for $20 plus shipping. Assuming shipping is exact, What is Bobby's net profit after 10% eBay fees are removed? So those are that's an example of a type of question I came up with, almost like a math test.
Getting close.
He didn't know. He didn't say we'd have to do math, the scratch paper.
So then we got the very first video uploaded to YouTube. Who is the latest American Ninja Warrior champ?
Yeah, you put some hard questions on here.
What is the
YouTube
color?
Video, it's a YouTube video. Me at the park. Is that
What is the color of the paint
an answer?
used
Wait,
to
it was
paint the
already-
White House? So yeah, there's some tough questions. We see somebody got it right though. Somebody got it right and somebody got it wrong. That means not everybody's seen it yet. Here's one. Who was the 32nd vice president? 4 incorrect answers. So yeah, I didn't say it was going to be easy. Let's see. Lewis is still in the lead with 2,980 points, but we got Rewild and Reselling pulling up at 2,900 points. This is getting good. And a new leader, Red Dirt Picker, with 3,290 points. OKG 87 with 1,900 points.
Getting close.
This is the fun part. We got 29% accuracy here. 29% accuracy. It is a tough trivia quiz.
Not today.
I don't even know who the 32nd vice president of the United States is.
They just keep jumping. Rewilded, Lewis, Red Dirt Picker, OKG 87. They just keep jumping. All right. It looks like Lewis may be done with his quiz. He has a total score of 4,580 points. Rewilded Reselling with 4,100 points. Red Dirt Picker just took the lead with 4,760 points. And OKG 87 is 3,150 points. Whoa, a massive lead.
I mean, it all comes down to OKG 87.
Yes,
if they can get.
She is taking her time. Taking her time. This is one of those tests where the more time you take to get the correct answer, the less points you get, but you get no points for the wrong answer. So it's a balance of,
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off.
So we've got Rewild and Reselling, Red Dirt Picker, and Cali Reseller Lewis have completed their test. Currently, that's the order of first, second, and third. OKG 87 is in fourth place, but has a few questions left to answer. Currently with 3,880 points. She needs to get about 1,200 points to pull first place. Over here in the chat, we got Red Dirt Picker saying, "Man, I suck at tests." And then Rewild and Reselling, that was incredibly hard. Okay, maybe I made it a little bit too hard. I didn't want to make it easy.
I mean, you got to make it hard for that.
I didn't want it so close. It was so easy that it was just so darn close, All right, so OKG 87 is finishing her test now. She's still probably got about 2 or 3 questions left. Let's see some more of these examples. What was the 1 millionth item sold on eBay?
I read that. I had to make some trivia questions one time.
Don't say it out loud. Don't say it out loud because we got somebody still taking the test. And then here's the easy question. Have you subscribed to my channel?
Yes.
3 people got it right. It's like, what's the name of Gary's other Jeeping channel? That would have been a good one.
Yeah.
Stixie Overland, by the way, in case anybody's,
Here's
curious.
a tough one. How do you calculate ROI?
Oh my God, you're supposed to read all that in 10 seconds?
Right?
Well, okay, we have a winner. In first place, it's Rewilded Reselling. He takes the lead. Mr. Rewilded Reselling is taking the lead here with 5,020 points with a 35% accuracy. Congratulations, Wyatt, with Rewilded Reselling for winning the custom-made DC Comics tape dispenser from Sal's Dispenser. Wyatt, reach out to Sal on Instagram so that he can work out the details on how to get you this awesome looking tape dispenser. And that's the trivia. That's the giveaway, my friends. And that is all she wrote for tonight's episode. I hope everybody had fun. Sal, I hope you had fun too, man. I really appreciate you joining us tonight. Red Dirt Picker, he broke a sweat while trying to answer those questions. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, man. Sal, any last words or things you would like to share with our guests to promote either your Etsy page or your Instagram or your tape dispensers?
Oh yeah, just you guys can find me on Instagram at Sal's Dispensers, or on Etsy, Sal's Dispensers as well. And you can follow the journey, look out for more. I do want to give another little discount for the 4 that participated. If you reach out to me before Sunday, you can get $4 off your next order. So I really do appreciate you coming here and also supporting these 2 gentlemen here, and for you guys supporting me too as well. So I really do appreciate it.
That's awesome. So y'all heard that. Red Dirt Picker, Okaji 87, Cali, Reseller Lewis, you get a discount on your tape dispenser just for playing. Thanks so much for coming tonight, guys. Gary, any closing words?
No, I mean, not really. I mean, just, again, Sal, you make great tape dispensers, man. You've gone above and beyond. I'm more than thrilled with what we've got. I think you work for a organization that, I can't say enough about that. I think it's so important. What you do on a daily basis to change people's lives. So for that, I know that they're grateful for it. We're grateful for people like you that do the work that you do. So again, thanks a million from the bottom of my heart. I think from Adam too. I can speak for him. It's been a great show tonight.
Yeah. Thank you.
Excellent. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us over here at BaldyPal Picking at the Resellers Late Show. We'll do this again in 2 weeks. We might change it up depending on the guest I'm trying to work on. I'm not sure yet, but it'll be in 2 weeks for sure. We'll keep you posted on social media. Y'all have a great night, everybody. Come join us again and subscribe if you will while you're here. Thanks again. Good night.
Thank you, guys.